Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Hello, la 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 la. Eh?
So today I'm here to talk about a movie that I think a lot of us, old and young alike, were looking forward to seeing, and that of course was the prequel to the Despicable Me franchise titled Minions. And this is the story of the Minions, how they came into existence, and more importantly, the amazing and treacherous journey that took this lovable group of little yellow fellas all the way to their current boss, the Great Gru. Now, a lot of people had been saying that this movie was okay at best, and that it really was a little bit too childish at points, but did have a couple of moments that adults would appreciate. And now that I've seen it, along with my fiance, who I think liked it a little more than I did, yeah, I agree with what everybody was saying. I mean, it was definitely fun, it was definitely very cute, it had some great moments, but all in all, this movie is far from perfect and extremely flawed. The parts that really worked for me, of course, was some of the voice acting. I thought that the criminal family was by far the best part of the whole movie, and especially since the parents were voiced by Allison Janney and Michael Keaton, I want to see the two of them in more movies together. Whether it's animated voice acting or live acting, those two played off of each other so well. They were hilarious! And a lot of people were saying that Sandra Bullock is pretty much who steals the show as Scarlet Overkill, and yes, I will agree that she had a great role in this movie, but I thought that Jon Hamm's character was so much better, especially because of another thing that I really liked about the movie. It takes place in 1968, so there's so much amazing, true 60s vibe throughout this film. The soundtrack is fantastic, with songs from bands like The Who, The Rolling Stones, The Beatles, Jimi Hendrix. It's so well done, and the timing of each and every one of these songs is so great, and Jon Hamm's character Herb just takes the 60s and embeds himself in a beautiful flower power glow. He really captured it well, and his voice acting was great too. I also loved the British humor. All of the typical stereotypes of British people, especially Brits in the 1960s. Those were the parts of the movie that I found myself laughing at the most. Minions, on the other hand, I mean, Kevin Stewart and Bob were definitely cute when they were on screen, and the whole thing with the Minionese was not something that I was kind of upset about or falling asleep in, but the movie itself just is all over the place, and I feel that the story itself is definitely one of the weaker stories that I've seen in animated films. It was, again, a great telling of a story to show you how a character like Gru came into existence with his minions, and there's definitely also some great Easter eggs, including a scene at the end of the credits, which you must see, but when it comes to a musical number involving long hair and butt slapping, that's basically where you're just sitting at the theater and saying, what is going on here? So, am I upset that I saw Minions? No. I always like to go to a movie and have a lot of fun. And Minions definitely was a lot of fun, but it's not one of the better movies that I have seen this year, and I definitely will say, even if it isn't the best movie out there, I would still say if you love Minions, you want to take your kids, if you've got any, to see a movie that I know the kids are going to love, definitely see it. And, you know, as a Despicable Me fan, maybe you'll see what other people just didn't, and maybe you'll like it more than others. So Minions for me is going to get 2.5 out of 4, and I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, feel free to put some comments down in the box below, and we can have a discussion on Minions and the Despicable Me franchise. I know there are still some rumors about a Despicable Me 3 on the way, so we'll see where that goes. But for now, I'll see you in the next one, and actions speak louder than words.